A big loud applause to Mr. Abhishek Lingayte.
So if you talk about AI, this was the first guy who introduced to me what AI was all about in 1984 when I was 3 year old. This was the smartest AI at that time. Who came from the future to kill Sarah Connor, Terminator. So I just realized 2 years back, okay, I am aware of AI from last 35 years, right? Very important question. I know many of you know what AI is all about, but still it's my job to make you understand what AI. It's a very simple thing. When systems and machines are programmed to think and learn like humans, they act like an AI, right? And they can perform all the tasks which any human can do, much beyond that, right? And AI can help in day in corporate work or in your personal life, right? So in simple words, I can only say that when machine outperforms you and when they start working like humans, you are dealing with an AI. It has all the intelligence. So from past 1 year, since the rise of ChatGPT, I've been hearing lots of people talking about, what AI is all about, what AI can do. Is it dangerous for the people? Is it dangerous for human resource or any other employee? So I've picked a few quotes, which are relevant into the market. I will share only those quotes, which are relevant and which makes positive sense, right? So I will take the last quote, from Dave Waters. He says, predicting the future isn't magic, it's artificial intelligence, right? But when I see Elon Musk, this guy terrifies me. Every day he comes and he talks something on or gives a code where you start thinking whether my existence is there or not after 2 years. Or maybe Mr. Jason Huang from NVIDIA. Since I'm from the IT industry, I was scared when he was talking. I think he was last month. He simply says, that the software programmers will be out of the business in next couple of years. Because AI is something, it's into very nascent stage right now. It's only a tip of the iceberg. And still, many jobs are already killed by it. Many people do not accept it, but please accept that fact that the AI will not take the job. It will not kill any job. A person with the relevant AI skill will take the job, and it's a fact. People are losing job. If you see the market, lots of layoffs are happening. You might get a spin-off version from anybody that this is not the reason, but trust me, this is the reason, right? So as I was talking, that AI has a very strong impact on our corporate world and in our personal life, right? There are several use cases you will find out. If you talk about into corporate world, it gives you an effective business strategy. It makes your employees productive. It helps you in decision making. So I'm using a very simple use case in this slide. Maybe in coming slides, I'll be using more specific keywords. Every day we use Excel, PPTs, and we draft lots of emails, right? And how many of you have used AI in these three features? I use every day. In fact, this presentation I created in 15 minutes with the use of AI. Right? I just gave him inputs and this presentation was in front of you. I just checked the draft and I approved it. Right? So 80% or 90% of the employees, they work on these tools: Excel, PPT, and email drafting. If you haven't used AI in these features, please use it. Right? How many of you have heard prompt engineering? No? I'll tell you. It was not part of my slide, but since you're not aware of this prompt engineering, let me enlighten you. How many of you seen the ChatGPT screen? Wonderful. Have you given any input to it? Wonderful. So prompt engineering is nothing but how you deal with this generative AI, right? If you write an essay on the cow, so ChatGPT will give you any context of cow and it will write 5-10 lines, and here is the essay of cow in front of you. But if I say I want to have an essay on a cow which is of black color, the cow is Jersey cow, especially from Switzerland, the language of the essay should be very simple and it should not be more than 10 lines. So what do you think, what is the difference I will get that write an essay on a cow and write what the prompt which I have given? The second input, I will say prompt, will give me a very detailed version. Getting my point? So giving you one more, the prompt engineering is one of the upcoming job profile you will see in any portal. In USA, prompt engineers, experienced prompt engineers, they are earning a package of $400,000 to $500,000 per year. It's a very niche field. And this prompt engineer can write any prompt and he can give any job description. Right? So watch out. Write this word if you want to, prompt engineering. My son, who is 12-year-old, from 7 months, he is an excellent prompt engineer. I think many of the slides are written by him on this particular presentation. I just gave him the input. So, find out prompt engineering. And if you become master of prompting in your own job description, if you are an HR, right? Trust me, prompting only works when you have the elementary knowledge. Right? You give me any subscription of ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, but I don't know how to write a prompt. I do not have the basic understanding of my domain. I will not able to write a prompt. Right? So point number one, which suffice, AI will not kill any job. The person with the AI skills will take your job. Right? And AI, if it killing a particular job description, simultaneously it is producing, it's creating 100 more job descriptions. So at the end of the day, anybody who is struggling or thinking or assuming that AI will keep me outside. No. Just upscale yourself. Your experience, no machine can take. Your human touch, no machine can take. But you can take AI as your ally, make AI as your booster power, and you can be relevant into the market. So this is the most important point I wanted to talk, but thank God it has come right now. Because most of the time it's come as a question when I finish my presentation. So I was talking, in corporate you use Excel, PPTs, email, you use AI and you become very proficient. I'll give you one more context of email writing because many of us, all of us are write email. We like tremendous email. Just copy your email, put it on ChatGPT, give your context and say, I want to write an email, I want to reply to this email. Should be the tone of this email and this is what I want to say. Just give these 3-4 prompts to it and you will get best of the email drafted which you have seen in your life. Try it, it's free of cost. ChatGPT 3.5, it's free. Right? What you need to do, you need to give the human touch to it, which is verify the draft. Don't shoot it blind. Right? So in personal use, I give you my own experience. My son uses AI most frequently. He learns a lot through that. He interacts with. Is it working? No? Right. So in personal use, you can see many individuals, many kids, students, they can learn lots from, this ChatGPT. You can use ChatGPT, you can use Copilot, you can use Claude, just use simple prompts and I'm assuring you, you will be productive 5 times. Because all you need to do, is to give a context, understand what is providing to you, build your understanding from that, and then go into the, your next execution. And trust me, it works wonders. So now coming to the core topic, which are the companies which are using artificial intelligence into their business environment. So I found a list of many, but I thought, let's bring up the best one. So you can see Amazon, Tesla, Upstart, Meta, Netflix, Alphabet, JP Morgan, Boeing, Johnson & Johnson, ExxonMobil. These are biggies. These are the biggies, and they are already, deployed lots and lots of AI modules into their business processes. Be it HR, be it marketing, be it sales, be it anything, be it data analytics. So if top companies are using, you can understand, that the companies from tier 2, tier 3 might also using AI into their system. I will skip this point, but I'll just give you some facts. I was researching this from last 2-3 days. Just 2 or 3 points I will take, and then I'll move over. Since I'm from IT, you can understand AI projected to drive a 37% reduction in business cost by 2024. So if you have any project, and if you are just working manually into it, it has certain costs, but after implementation of the AI, the costs are coming down. It is helping organizations to grow working efficient, and most important thing, the cost factor. It helping companies to reduce the cost. 63% of the companies adopting AI in 2023 reported revenue increases. That's a self-explanatory point, right? So I'm skipping this point because I know it's getting longer. I have a time specific. So now coming to the most important point, HR before AI. Since AI was not there, not only HR but other business functions, they were working everything through manual. Finance guy, they used to write everything on Excel formula. They used to type it. They used to verify whether it is working or not. Marketing people, they used to make their PPTs. Industry standard says if you are making one slide, you have to invest 1 hour into it. That's how one slide is created. But after coming of AI, these things are, definitely creating an impact. People are becoming more productive. The collaboration is increasing because you can work on your core skills, right? You are not involved in more mundane work, right? Human bias is reducing. You can understand, when you work as an HR and if you do not have any data, right? You tend to take decisions more from the emotional side. Getting my point? But if you have a data in front of you, and when you have these data-driven decisions, trust me, you will get best of the output. And AI helps you to make data-driven decisions. We all have Excel files. If I talk to you, all your employees, all the people who are working for you, you create lots and lots of Excel sheets. But what do you do with it? At the end of the day, it's one-to-one appraisal which you do. Most of the time, it's a human nature to tend to become biased if you are not having the data, if you are not having the data-driven decisions. So AI helps you that, and trust me, I work for data analytics industry. I deploy lots of data-driven decision systems. All the CEOs, all the top companies who use data as a decision-making tool, they have an amazing growth. They never go wrong. I will skip this slide too. Right? I think it's I have discussed. I think 10 minutes back. HR before AI, it was very administrative, right? It was very basic. Clerical work used to happen more. People used to work on compliances. But after AI, this thing is taken care by AI. Being an HR, you can focus more onto the human part. The rest of the thing is taken care by the automations and the other AI modules. So, all of you being into HR must be, working on these functions. This includes hiring, performance management, people analytics, HR support, onboarding, learning and development, and compensation. So I was going through a research made by Gartner. All the top leaders of this industry, from basically HR senior leaders, they say that HR is the number one domain where AI should be implemented. All the investment which is happening, HR should be benefited by that. Bring AI into HR because it's a simple logic. People bring business and people are taken care by HR. Right? If your HR is not adopt with new technology and today's world, if you lose any top performing guy, it's a loss. So it's a whole cycle. Now this is something very important, because till now I was talking all generic, what AI is all about, what kind of impact it will make. But from this slide, it will address more what are the problems, what are the challenges faced by an HR and how AI can solve it, right? So you can understand there is lots of scope where you bring AI into your daily working and you become more available for the strategic part. You work more into the, top of the layer work, not something, the bottom work which you do every day, right? The most important part is the talent acquisition and recruitment, right? And the most important problem which you face every day is the finding and attracting the right talent, which is take lots of time and it is sometimes it's inefficient. AI, I don't know how many of you are using this module, but my HR partner who sits in San Diego, even she gets 500 resumes in a week. She shortlisted all of them within 1 day. She has made that kind of AI system. She worked with AI systems where all the keywords are there. The AI match all the resumes with the proper job description and give best of the resumes. So imagine if you take 5 days just to explore 500 kinds of resume, but that step is gone. All you are having 50 good resumes in front of you and you are scheduling the interviews within 2 days. Understand this part. You are saving lots of time. Why? Because this tool can work wonders for you. The second most important thing, employee onboarding. When you talk an organization like TCS, Cognizant, Accenture, all biggies, you find 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people joining in a month. Understand the position of an HR, who works only on the onboarding stuff, right? AI platforms which have this onboarding tool can customize every onboarding experience of every employee without any issue. You just have to watch it, manage it and process it. Again, third most important thing, employee engagement. The top people leave organization only when they are all not managed properly. And how you manage people? When you have data, right? Should I move first? Performance management. March month or maybe quarter wise or maybe bi-yearly. This is the headache for every HR. You come with any number and the guy is not happy in front of you. Then why this number is given to you, right? Because traditional performance reviews are often biased or they are not frequent, right? But AI solution which has performance management or reviews or appraisals, they help you to take data-driven decisions. You can find reports every day, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly, and you know who is your best performing resource, who is not performing, as per the requirement. And when you speak with data, nobody can question you. Learning and development. This is the major problem. People, when you hire somebody, I have seen this, many people do not want to learn anything new until and unless their job become obsolete. But learning and development, which is backed by AI, can give you tremendous growth in terms of learning new tools, skills, and you become relevant. You will keep getting updates from this your learning and development tool that you are adapt to this technology. These are the 5 different skills which will make it more fruitful, right? Retention and turnover prediction. If you have a data, if you have a meaningful data, this tool will tell you who are the people who will leave your organization in like 3 months, 4 months, or 6 months. So you can do a better succession planning, or you can do have all the ways to stop those people. Diversity and inclusion. The basic problem which HR faces is ensuring diverse and inclusive workplace, and since it's multifaceted, it is very hard to maintain. Also, AI helps you to remove this bias. If you use AI, this problem is taken care of. Compliance, again, as I say, AI helps you to deal with lots of data. It helps you to do lots of automation, right? So you will get continuous prompts, inputs from your compliance portal that something needs to be done, and this is how it needs to be done. And being you are the human interface to it, you just execute it after having that input in front of you. Again, administrative tasks, same like compliance. All the mundane tasks are being automated. So you don't have to work or devote your whole time into administrative tasks. You work more into strategies. You work more into the business side, which help an organization to grow. Right? In all the slides I have spoken about, data-driven decisions. So understand, if you are working for any organization, be it you are entrepreneur or a small medium enterprise or any large organization, you have daily data with you, right? What you are doing, how you are selling, what you are selling, who are your people, what they are doing, 8 hours, what they are doing. If you do not have AI, it will be very hard for you to, see all those Excel sheets, work on individual Excel sheet, derive a meaningful information and come to a conclusion. But when you work with data models using AI, this thing is automated and everything comes in front of you, just a click of button, right? So at the end of the day, I believe personally that HR is the most important aspect of any business function. I literally, curse those people who create those memes, कि चलो दिवाली आ रही है, रंगोली बनाने के लिए HR बोलो. Right? I really feel pity for them. HR is much beyond that. When I started my career in one of the top management consulting firm, अगर हमको HR से email आ जाता था ना boss, trust me, without opening we used to shiver. What is happening? This is something the power of HR. When I joined my first company, I was taken care by the HR department for first 4 days. The do's and don'ts and the induction. And I was pretty sure on the 4th day, if I share my salary description also with my colleague who has joined with me on the same time, I'll be out. Because those companies used to work on the performance metrics. Even if we have joined together, the salary could be different and you cannot discuss it. So that was something which was taken care by HR. And we, till the time we did not leave that organization, we used to follow those principles. So that is the power of HR. Right? So I'm skipping some of this thing. So now the tools, right, which I was talking, because this is something which is very important for me. Because I am quite sure when you reach office on Monday, you will explore some of these tools and you will try to implement these tools into your own organization in your work life, right? So detail, I have shared this detail, in the previous slides, but I will just name it, give us some context to it, and I'll move in a faster manner. So AI-based elements, as I mentioned, helps you to learn new things, right? Personalized learning paths are created over these elements, right? So if you want to learn something new, it will give you 4 different things also with that particular module, which will help you to become a professional into that particular module, right? The AI can also, identify the skill gaps, right? That you, for example, if you are data analytics guy, and if I do the skill analysis and I find that the spark is missing, it will definitely identify it. And it will help you to learn that particular technology by creating this structured programs. Virtual reality, I don't know how many of you seen that, virtual reality helps you to take interviews these days. It creates an environment where the future candidate feels that somebody really is taking the interview. Chatbot and virtual assistant. I don't know how many of you have seen, some top companies where the job description is posted and there is a chatbot. You can always have a discussion with that chatbot. Okay, I have these skills. Can I apply? What can I do? Right? When you hire employees, instead of coming directly to the HR, they can have a discussion with this chatbot, which has a predefined context. And many of the queries can get solved through this chatbot. And this is the most important point, mental health. We are living in a world, where even the 10 hours are lesser. And sometimes we all are, we do face this burnout. There are systems which are created to take care of this kind of situation, where your mental health, your breakdown is addressed. Continuous performance feedbacks. These chatbots are smart, where you can give the continuous feedback to your employees on the regular basis, right? So in the previous slides, I also spoken about, that ATS, where, your resume is scanned. Within seconds, you come to know whether this profile is suitable for this job position or not. Now the ATS, it works wonders with AI, right? You can also do the AI-powered job advertising, where you just give a prompt to ChatGPT and it will write a wonderful JD for you. Have you tried that? Wonderful. So people are using that, but we are using ChatGPT in a very linear, in a very small fragment, 0.01%, right? Resume screening I've spoken about. Interview you can schedule it through AI, right? You don't have to do it manually nowadays. Video interviews, as I mentioned in the previous slide, that AI can take the interview. So if you talk about the current trends which are relevant in the market right now in terms of AI, data analytics with AI, chatbots for employees, AI for employee well-being and support, and automation of all your routine tasks. So if you have understood my presentation till now, you can understand AI is there to help you. AI is there to take care of all the work which you believe can be taken care by a normal graduate, right? Being an HR, when you come out of this zone that, I have to do lots of mundane work, when that problem is taken care, you are available for larger things. So AI helps you to achieve that. Now, many of you, while doing your MBA, you must have studied this aspect of MBA, change management. How many of you have? Right. So what happens in an organization change management is very important because many people they do not accept change very fast, right? This also apply to HR people. You need to understand that AI is there to help and how you can incorporate this AI technology and tools into your day-to-day life, right? So I don't want to explain this process to you because you are aware of that. But understand any problem of yours which can be solved by AI, find a perfect tool and start using it. After 10 days, you will understand when you do the comparative analysis that what kind of you were doing before AI and what kind of output you are getting with the help of AI. As simple as that. So these are some important tools which are available into the market if you want to use for recruitment, hire you, pie metrics, employee engagement. It is Tala and Glen. Performance management is BetterWorks and Reflective. And L&D, of course, Coursera, everybody is using that. I had few case studies, because I come from the management consulting background. So my slides and my presentation, it never ends without a case study. I had two, I'll use only one, right? So this is a consumer good company based in USA. And this case study talks about, that they had lots of resumes used to come to them, because it was a large organization and they used to hire lots of people. So this resume filtering was manual. And because the process was manual, there were lots of delays were happening, lots of biases were happening, and onboarding of suitable candidates was not happening effectively, right? It was a slow recruitment process. So what they did, they deployed AI-powered application tracking system. And after deploying this system, this process of theirs was reduced by 1/10. So the process which used to take them 15 to 20 days, maybe 1 month, it was happening within a week. All the interviews were happening properly, and because of that process, the recruitment cycle it reduced. Their vendors were happy, right? So this was something I wanted to discuss with you. I have one more case study. If you permit me, I can share with you. Otherwise, I'll right another 2 minutes. Yeah? It's a social platform company. It's again, performance appraisals. Every company does. So this company was into performance activities. All their processes were also manual. What they implemented the data-driven approach, right? The appraisals were happening, the feedbacks were happening with help of data. All the matrices were designed, the system was developed, and the feedbacks were given to the employees on a very regular basis. And what happened? The HR was able to hold best of the employees into the system, and the people who were not performing, they were taken care by a proper basis, whatever the process was. So, more efficient performance reviews, data-driven development plans for employees. This was the output of this system. So, if you have an interest in AI and if you start reading what is happening into the market in your proper profile using AI, you will get thousands of case studies like this. Every domain of HR, every function of HR has certain AI, developed for it. It's up to you how you utilize those tools, how you implement those tools for your organization, for your team, and for yourself. And the day you start using these tools, trust me, you will not look anywhere else. You will be 100 times more productive, you will be 100 times more efficient, and once an employee is more efficient, trust me, 1,000 other companies call him. Right? So at the end of the day, AI is there to help you. It's not a threat. Create it, make it alive. And trust me, the way you work without AI and the way you will work with AI, you will see the difference. Thank you.